One thing I'll mention is it's very interesting how the multinational drinks industry has tried to oppose minimum unit pricing in Scotland. They've pulled out all the stops and they've dragged this through all the courts virtually in Europe and have lost repeatedly along the way, and probably resulted in hundreds of preventable deaths having occurred during that time. It's curious because in Canada the drinks industry support minimum pricing. Just as the Scotch Whisky Association makes premium Scotch, they will benefit from this because it will cut out competition of cheap Scotch and competition. So it's very curious as to why the drinks industry are behind this, because it would protect the bottom line of the Scotch Whisky Association. So hopefully this is the end of the matter and Scotland can now move to implement the will of the Parliament and do this measure, introduce this measure, and we'll be able to observe the benefits that will flow from that. Public opinion was very supportive. I mean, on balance, though, if you look at people who either couldn't care less or were in favour, there's twice as many people in favour as against. And it really wasn't that. I mean, there are some people with nothing to do with the drinks industry hate the idea of a nanny state or any. But the fact is, there's arbitrary decisions on alcohol pricing, mainly driven by consumer demand. And the more efficient you make the alcohol marketplace, the more people drink and the more harm there is. So we just need a balance there, and most people get it, and it doesn't really affect moderate drinkers too much. It affects the heavier drinkers who go for the cheapest stuff.